Sports is supported by Balanced Wealth Management, Retirement, Planning, Expertise. Farmers Insurance, the Katie Lindbergh Agency. Katie Lindbergh, Hastings Downtown Farmers Insurance. If you don't know insurance, you need to know her.
First goal of the year goes for the Raiders.
Oh, beautiful shot there. Nicely done. Gets the pin.
How was that beautiful? Onside kick, and it's recovered by Hastings.
And he's rung up for strike 3.
Doblowy! Touchdown Raiders!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Minnesota State High School League Boys Swimming and Diving here in Hastings, Minnesota. My name is Peter Heyman, and I'll be delivering all the action today by way of HCTV Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry, a little technical difficulty there. As I was saying, my name is Peter Heyman. I'll be delivering all the action by way of HCTV Sports at the Hastings Middle School. Will just be on the YouTube channel tonight. Tonight's matchup is between the hometown Hastings Raiders and the visiting South St. Paul Packers. Both teams hail out of the Metro East Conference. This is the first meet for both teams. Hastings and South St. Paul were both in the conference relays on December 7th. The Hastings swimmers came in second, and the Hastings dive team came in first. And after speaking to the South St. Paul coach, they did much better than they finished last year at the conference relay. Anyways, we are about to get set here for our first heat of the night, and it will be the boys' 200-yard medley relay. We'll have only 6 swimmers from South St. Paul tonight, so they're only going to have one team battling in this heat and 3 Hastings squads. In lane 1, that's Russell Schalk from Hastings, just an 8th grader. A lot of 8th graders on this team. Very young squad after talking to some of the boys earlier. Leading the way in this heat so far is the South St. Paul swimmer, and that's Caleb Schlemmer, a 9th grader. He's leading the way as the first boys do the backstroke. Now the second set of swimmers enter the pool, and they are going to do the breaststroke. And the South St. Paul still in the lead in lane 4, but in lane 5 catching is Oliver Gergen, the junior for Hastings. Sammy Green was in his lane right before that, so we got a battle right here for first. Then you have Hastings in 3rd place in lane 3. That's Ben Schwanke, another 8th grader. Now entering the pool for South St. Paul in lane 4 is Corbin Ambrose. He's a freshman, and he leads the way here for South St. Paul. About 3 lengths behind him in lane 5 is Hastings swimmer Ethan Conley, a senior. I did talk to the boys earlier. They did say they're going to mix up the strokes that they do, just because South St. Paul doesn't have a lot of swimmers. Gives them an opportunity to kind of see what they can do at a different stroke. So we'll see how that works out here in the end. Last swimmers are in the pool. South St. Paul out to a big lead here. They got about a 4-length lead. And bringing in the anchor swim for South St. Paul is 10th grader Jamaris Tess. Just hits the wall. Once again, Hastings, just with that short pool, it's just 25 meters. Not Olympic pool would have a 50-meter length. So heading back in towards the finish line here is going to be South St. Paul swimmer, and they hit the wall, coming in first place at 28:57. For the Raiders in lane 3, coming in second place, touching the wall. That's going to be Kendrick O'Donnell. And in third place is going to be Hastings coming in. And that was Kenny Andrea in lane 5. And just behind him, Jaron Kihima in lane 1. Andrea, a freshman. Kihima, an 8th grader. So South St. Paul is going to get the points, the most points there at least, in the relays. That'll be, we have a disqualification that was just announced in lane 5. So Hastings should still get first, second, third, get points. It just won't be lane 5. So we have a DQ already after the first heat. But South St. Paul does take the win there. So they get first. Second place was lane 3. Third place, lane 1. And a disqualification in lane 5. So we're going to be set for the event number 2. Looks like my sheet got event 1 cut off, or they just misnumbered them. Oh, event 1 would have been your JV race, but not enough racers to do JV. So we cut right to 2, which also means we're going to skip event 3 and go right to event number 4. So up next will be the boys 200-yard freestyle varsity. In lane 1, from Hastings, the 8th grader, Alex Culp. In lane 2, a 7th grader from Hastings, Oscar Green. In lane 3, from Hastings, 8th grader, Cody Stewart. In lane 4, junior from Hastings, Isaac Schalk. In lane 5 for the Raiders, sophomore Tristan Herbst, the only sophomore on the squad, I might add. And in lane 6, freshman Thomas Foss, also from Hastings Raiders. So this is your boys 200-yard freestyle varsity. The current record holder of this is Mr. Phil Selesky with a time of 1:42.06 in 2006. Let's see if any of these 2023-24 swimmers can beat that record. And they take their marks, and they're off. All swimmers in the pool cleanly. Popping out of the water, it looks like it's lane 4 and 5 tied head-to-head. That is Schalk and Herbst. I do have to make a special note before I forget. Spoke to Tristan's mother earlier. Name is Jolene Greer, who I happen to graduate high school with. So little shout out there to a fellow grad. Heading back after these first 50 meters in lane 5 in the lead is going to be Tristan Herbst. Right behind him, though, lane 4 is Schalk, and lane 6, Foss right there with them. So first, second, third, pretty close. About a body and a half length, Herbst has the lead. In fourth place in lane 3 is Cody Stewart. Right behind him, Oscar Green and Alex Culp right behind them. It's still Herbst in the lead, though, heading down from the second full lap. Hits the wall, heads back for the 125-meter length, if you will, or the 5th lap, if you want to call it that. He hits the wall. Once again, you got their teammates there kind of making sure they hit the wall, letting them know. Herbst still in the lead. It is in lane 6, though. Thomas Foss catching a little bit, about a body and a half behind. You saw Herbst take a quick look there to his right. When your closest opponent is in the lane next to you, you have the luxury of taking a quick look one way or the other, and you know where they're at, which lane they are. So you can see Herbst very wisely there, looking to his left. He's going to hit the wall again. He's heading back in this 200-yard. as he's got still about the same amount of lead there. Third place is still going to be Schalk in lane 4. Herbst heads down to the wall, and he will finish in first place with a time of 1:49.92, so only 7 seconds behind Phil Selesky's record. Not bad right there. Second place was Thomas Foss. Third place was lane 4. That's Isaac Schalk. Foss came in at a time of 2 minutes, 0.18 tenths of a second. In fourth place, it looks like it's going to be lane 2. It's pretty close. That's Oscar Green. Right behind him, lane 3 and 5th is Cody Stewart. And not too far behind them in 6th place, Alex Culp. So Hastings will take all the points there because South St. Paul did not have any swimmers. Once again, South St. Paul only came with 6 swimmers. This is their first meet of the season, not counting the conference relays that Hastings was also involved in. So we're going to, once again, skip event 5, go right to event 6, which will be the boys' 200-yard individual medley. Lane 1, 8th grader Jaron Kahima. Lane 2, 9th grader Sammy Green. Lane 3, 8th grader James Jensen. Lane 4, senior Garrett Watterson. Lane 5, junior Oliver Gergen. Lane 6, senior Taylor Schmaltz. Once again, all 6 lanes will be occupied by Raiders. This is the boys' 200-yard individual medley. This time they will start with a little bit of different strokes there. They'll end with the freestyle just like they did before. But it'll be the butterfly third and the backstroke will be second. And they'll lead off with the fly. So a little different order here in the individual medley. That was all freestyle in the last one. So here they're off, the swimmers are off. Let's see who pops out of the water in the lead. It's almost a tie here, just like you're watching the Olympics back in the day with Michael Phelps and the Aussies. Real close here, it's still lane 5 in the lead. And that is Oliver Gergen, the junior. Right behind him, though, lane 6 got a good push off the board. He takes the lead. Taylor Schmaltz takes the lead over Oliver Gergen. Right behind them in third is lane 4, Garrett Watterson. Heading down, though, picking up that lead in lane 5, getting that lead back is Oliver Gergen. So 50 meters is over. Now they head into that backstroke. Gergen still with the lead. Schmaltz right behind him in second. Now in third place, it's James Jensen, the 8th grader. A lot of 8th graders on this team. I'll let you know how many. In fact, they got 7 8th graders that occupies most in the entire Hastings Raiders squad. So now sneaking right up there, tied for first, is going to be Taylor Schmaltz. Tied with Gergen at first. In third, now it's lane 3, James Jensen. They hit the wall and they're going to start their way to the breaststroke. So 2 strokes are done. They're going to hit the breast, 50 each. There and back for each stroke. Coming to the lead now, it's going to be in lane 3, James Jensen. Nice methodical strokes. Coach giving him it's a teammate, but they're just kind of giving him some nice encouragement there. But the better push off the wall, now retaking lead once again, is Oliver Gergen. He's had the lead on the way there, loses it, takes the lead back. Very close. It's Gergen, Jensen, and Schmaltz, and they're going to end with one more stroke coming up, and it's going to be the freestyle. Here they go. Swimmers kick off. Let's see if they saved enough energy to give it all they got here in that freestyle. Once again, though, it's Jensen in lane 3 that's got the lead. He's only about an arm length ahead of Gergen. This is where Gergen caught him last time, and he gets a good push off there. Jensen still with the lead. This is going to be real tight at the buzzer, folks. It is going to be Jensen and Gergen fighting for first. Coming up quick behind, though, is in lane 6. Schmaltz getting the win is going to be Jensen. Jensen, the 8th grader, outtakes Gergen, the junior, for first place. So James Jensen in first, Gergen in second. Lane 6, it's Schmaltz in third. Lane 2, Sammy Green's going to get fourth. And lane 1, Jaron Kihama in fifth. Garrett Watterson, sixth. Once again, though, the Raiders boys will take all the points there that they can get. Once again, South St. Paul with no Raiders. It's time to recognize our sponsors. HCTV Sports is supported by Balanced Wealth Management. Balanced Wealth Management, retirement, planning, expertise. Thank you, Balanced Wealth Management, for supporting HCTV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll skip event 7, go right to event 8, which will be the boys' 50-yard freestyle varsity. Lane 1, it'll be the freshman from Hastings, Kenny Andrea. Lane 2, South St. Paul will have our swimmer. It'll be 9th grader Corbin Ambrose. Lane 3, it'll be 8th grader Russell Schalk. Lane 4 from South St. Paul, this senior Noah Offlane. Lane 5, another 8th grader from Hastings, Ben Schwanke. And in lane 6, the sophomore from South St. Paul, Jamaris Tess. Once again, this is the boys' 50-yard freestyle. The current record holder of this is going to be Elliot Wilcox at time of 21:11. Keep your seatbelts on, folks, because this one's going to be a fast one. It's only 50 yards, so it's there and back. Whoever gets that best jump, and then they're in the pool. Here we go. They're all going to enter the water, going to come out quick, and it is in lane 4 with the lead from South St. Paul. That's Noah Offlane. Hastings Raiders in lane 3, right behind him at Russell Schalk. Offlane gets the good push. He's got a big lead now. He's almost got a full body length. Raiders going to have to do a lot just to catch him. Noah Offlane leading the way. He's going to have a real quick time here, too. He's at 22, 23. He's going to hit the wall at 24.5, it looks like. That's a great time there. It's still 3 seconds behind. In second place from Hastings, lane 3, is going to be Russell Schalk. And third, it will be from South St. Paul, Corbin Ambrose. In fourth, it's lane 6 from South St. Paul, Jamaris Tess. Lane 5 takes fifth. That's Hastings Raiders, Ben Schwanke. And in lane 6, Kenny Andrea comes in 6. So South St. Paul is going to take points for first and third there. And now we're going to reset the pool for the divers. We're going to let you know our other sponsor here. It is Farmers Insurance, the Katie Lindbergh Agency. Katie Lindbergh, Hastings, downtown Farmers Insurance. If you don't know insurance, you need to know her. Thank you, Katie, for supporting HCTV. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a break here so they can get the pool ready for the divers. We'll be back here shortly for more Hastings Swimming and Diving.
Oh, hey there. Do you like HCTV?
That's one small step for Hastings and one giant leap for community television.
Do you want a custom video that promotes your business or organization and gives you the results you're looking for? As an HCTV sponsor, our staff will work with your business or organization to create a custom video to promote your brand. You also have an option of getting a shout out in every sporting event we cover. And that's 3 points for your business.
So support HCTV today!
Go to hastingstv.org/sponsors for more information or to give a one-time donation.
Welcome back to the Hastings Middle School swimming pool, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for boys swimming and diving. Hastings has a 37-19 lead over their opponent, the South St. Paul Packers. We are about to head into the diving section of this meet. There will be 6 rounds. There will only be 1 swimmer for South St. Paul and 3 swimmers from Hastings. The first swimmer up will be Jack McAlpin from Hastings. He'll be doing the 101C. It's a 1.2 difficulty forward dive tuck. As he enters the pool, looks pretty good. They will have 3 judges. Got some pretty good scores, 4.5, 4, and a 5. Looks like it'll be the South St. Paul coach and 2 of the referees. Referees you can see wearing blue. That's one of the new rules this year. Referees have to wear blue shirts and black shorts or black pants. Definitely shorts here in the Hastings pool if you've ever been here. It's warm as heck. All right, next up on the diving board from South St. Paul, Andrew Ritter. He'll be doing the same dive, 101C, 1.2 difficulty, forward dive followed by the tuck. Good form, nice height there. Maybe came in a little forward. The legs got bent when he hit the water. Scores pretty similar, 4, 5, and a 4. Up next will be Charlie Jensen, be the last diver and dive around in round 1. He'll be doing the 103 Bravo. It's got a 1.7 difficulty. It's a forward 1.5 somersault, followed by a pike. Nice, good rotation, good. Not a lot of splash there. That should be pretty good scores. And the scores are good. It's got a 6, 6.5, and a 7.5. Well done, Charlie Jensen. Ladies and gentlemen, the scoring will be all calculated when all the divers are done, and they'll do a bunch of factoring, so I won't be able to really give you update on scores with this diving going on. But we're going to head into round 2 here. Leading off will be from Hastings Raiders, Jack McAlpin. Just like he led off in round 1, he'll be doing the 102 Charlie. It's got a 1.4 difficulty. It's a forward 1 somersault followed by a tuck. Came out facing a little towards the judges. We'll see that, and they did that. Take that into consideration. Scores were 2.5, 4, 3.5. It was a little harder difficulty though. So next up for South St. Paul, once again, it'll be Andrew Ritter. He'll be going up to the 103 Bravo. That's what Charlie Jensen just did earlier in round 1. 1.7 difficulty, forward 1.5 somersault, followed by a pike. Andrew Ritter, one of their 2 seniors on the squad. Walks down the board. Nice height once again. Hands are a little open, legs are a little open. You can see his knees and legs are a little far apart. Judges are going to dink him on that a little bit. 4.5 and 2 5s, it looks like.
Up next is Charlie. Dive 105C. Forward 2.5 somersault, tuck position.
So next up, it's Charlie Jensen from Hastings. There's a 105 Charlie. It's got a 2.4 difficulty. Forward 2.5 somersault, followed by the tuck. Charlie is he's a junior. Nice height by Charlie. Good spin. Oh, came in. He wasn't able to spread out early enough. Going to probably get docked a few points for that. And the scores are going to be a 4.5, a 6, and a 4.5. Leading off round 3 from Hastings, Jack Elpin. Jack is just an 8th grader. Now he's going to move up to the 201 Alpha Dive. It's a 1.7 difficulty. It's back dive followed by a straight entry. This is dive number 3 for Jack. Must get that composure on the board. He got back, but he didn't quite get full body extension there on the legs. Judges are going to give him a 4.5, 4.5, and a 4.5. Pretty consistent there for the judges. That'll bring us right back to Andrew Ritter from South St. Paul. He's going to go to the 302 Charlie. It's a 1.6 difficulty. Reverse 1 somersault followed by the tuck position. Ritter, once again, good height. Didn't quite enter the water straight up and down. Let's see what the judges think about that. Looks like it's 5, 5.5, and a 5. Still doesn't get to the high score so far with Charlie Jensen with a 6 in round 2, or 6.5, sorry, round 1. Speaking of Charlie Jensen, he is up next, the last diver for round 3. He's going to go to the 403 Charlie. It's an inward 1.5 somersault followed by a tuck. It's got a 2.2 difficulty. Once again, he'll start facing away from the water. Get their balance by spreading their arms out. Get their focus. Taking a lot of time here. Here he goes. Not bad. He almost kind of went in the water a little too forward maybe there. Maybe. Oh, he's got some pretty good scores there. A 5.5, a 7, and a 5.5. So our first 7 on the board for the night for Charlie Jensen. We're back to dive round number 4. Leading off once again, Jack McAlpin. He'll do the 401 Charlie this time. Inward dive tuck with a 1.4 difficulty. Once again, he'll face away from the water. Once again, Jack, one of the 7 8th graders, a very young squad. All the swimmers seemed in good spirits early. This time Jack gets out a little better, stretches out the body a little more there. Judge is going to give him a 3.5, a 4.5, and a 4. Next up will be Andrew Ritter, South St. Paul, the 202C. It's a back 1 somersault followed by tuck position with a 1.5 difficulty. Round 4. Ritter, the only South St. Paul diver, one of 2 seniors on the squad. Faces the U.S. flag. Gets his balance. Got a good kickoff. Might have went a little too far off the board. Let's see how the judges rule that. Yep, and they dock him a little bit there. They give a 4.5, 5, and a 3. Up next, Charlie Jensen. Hastings Raiders. Dive 303 Charlie. It's a reverse 1.5 somersault followed by tuck position. 2.1 difficulty. Way out. Oh, that he got way out, and that kind of might have stung the back. I could have feel that one from here, folks. But good round of applause from everybody in the pool, in the gymnasium. He's having a good smile as he comes out of the water. Good, like to see that. And scores are going to be 3.5, 1.5, 2.5. Not easy to do, though. Now we're into the 5th round of the diving competition. Only going to have 2 divers this time. It'll be South St. Paul Andrew Ritter to lead off. He'll start with the 401C inward dive followed by tuck position. It's a 1.4 difficulty. Takes his purple rag, throws it to the side, heads to the back of the board, faces the flag. Spends a lot of time on this board, really getting composed, focused, honed in. And the dive. Good height. Looks like he stretched out his legs just at the end there. Let's see what the judges give him. Got a 5.5, a 6.5, and a 5.5. And the last diver of round 5 will be Charlie Jensen from Hastings. He's going to do the 5-2-3-1-D. It's a back 1.5 somersault, followed by half twist, followed by free. It's got a 2.1 difficulty. Gets to the end of the board quick, no messing around. Up, twist. Ooh, and he gets in the pool head first. Didn't quite able to get his fully extension of the body. Judges are going to give him a 5, 5, and a 5. So 3 5s. And we head to our final round for the diving competition. It's leading off once again from South St. Paul, Andrew Ritter. He's going to do the same dive Charlie just did, the 52-31D. Consists of the back 1.5 somersault followed by a half twist free entry. It's a 2.1 difficulty. Once again, Ritter takes a lot of time on this board. Last dive of the night for Ritter. Gets a good lead, gets way out there. A lot of twist, the judge is taking a look. Not a lot of splash. But the score is going to be a 4, a 3.5, and a 3.5, it looks like. And now our final dive of the evening. It's going to be Hastings Raiders' Charlie Jensen. He's going to do the 203C. It's a back 1.5 somersault tuck position with a 2.0 difficulty. Once again, Charlie, a junior, one of 3 juniors that Hastings has. The last dive of the night. Let's make it a good one, Charlie. Good extension, way out there, but this time he enters the pool good, but a lot of splashes. His body kind of came back a little too far because he pushed off a little too much. Got a 4, 4.5, and a 5. So that'll do it for the boys' diving section tonight. We're going to take another small break, get the pool ready to continue some more swimming, but we're going to get ready for Chuck-a-Duck. So if you are anywhere near us, you better hurry and get here. Buy your Chuck-a-Duck, get a Chipotle gift card. Anyways, we're going to take a little break. I'm Peter Heyman here on HCTV. We'll be right back for more Hastings Swimming and Diving.
At Hastings Community TV, we have been telling the story of Hastings since 1983. By supporting HCTV, you are supporting weekly live high school sports coverage, community events, original shows like Take a Hike Mike, Man on the Street, Aprons Optional, and Around the Mic. You are also contributing to coverage for school events, graduation, prom, school board meetings, and the student-run broadcast journalism course, The Echo.
HCTV is your one-stop shop for all things local government. This coverage includes city council and other local government meetings, forums, PSAs, local news packages, and so much more.
HCTV also provides virtual alternatives to in-person viewing for notable events around Hastings. We make all of our content viewable to everyone by putting it on TV, YouTube, Facebook, and our website for on-demand viewing.
With more and more people cutting cable each year, a major source of our funding is continuing to decline. Your support is vital to keeping our small nonprofit sustainable. If you would like to give a donation, you can go to hastingstv.org/donate. To learn about our sponsorship program, where your business will be recognized in our programming, check out hastingstv.org/sponsors.
I'm Caden Noring, and I live in Hastings, Minnesota. Right here in Hastings, Snapchat and other social media apps are being used to buy and sell illegal drugs, many of which are made with illicit fentanyl, like ordering a pizza. With a few keywords or emojis, kids can order what they think are legit prescription drugs, like Percocet, Xanax, and Adderall, and have them delivered right to their home. 4 out of every 10 pills found on social media are made up of deadly fentanyl. How do I know this? That's how I lost my big brother Devin on April 4th, 2020. A pill he and his friend got from someone on Snapchat was a fake. The Percocet they believed they were given was made with enough fentanyl to kill 10 people. Devin didn't know. Devin didn't want to die. If you suspect drug dealing is happening, you can leave an anonymous tip by using the Tip 411 system in Hastings. Text the word Hastings and your tip to 847-411. Call 911 if you suspect an overdose is happening. Seconds count. Call United Way's 24/7 helpline by dialing 211 to find resource in and near Hastings. Contact United Way of Hastings or visit their website unitedwayofhastings.org. For more resource or to make a donation, you can save a life by working with me and the United Way of Hastings to build awareness and reduce the stigma around overdose and fentanyl poisoning. One pill can kill.
Welcome back to Hastings Middle School. Hastings boys swimming and diving, everybody. We are back. We're going to start with event number 12. We just got done with the diving. The score is now 43 Hastings Raiders, 23 South St. Paul Packers. Boys 100-yard butterfly is up next. There's 3 swimmers, all from Hastings. Lane 1, Jaron Kihama. He's into the pool. Lane 3, James Jensen, also an 8th grader like Jaron, and a senior in lane 5, Garrett Watterson. All swimmers are pretty even right now. Jaron is in the lead in lane 1. And he hits the first 25 meters, and in lane 5, Garrett Watterson gets pretty equal. All swimmers still pretty equal here. So once again, it's the 100-yard butterfly. They will go back and forth 4 times in this pool. Once again, it's a 25-meter pool. That's 50 meters complete, or 50 yards. A slight difference for all you math whizzes. It is, though, Jaron Kihama. I might be pronouncing his name incorrectly. If you're in the pool, come tell us or send a message on YouTube, HCTV YouTube. And now in lane 3, James Jensen getting a little closer now. Garrett Watterson drops back to 3rd. They're on the last, this is the last 25. Who's going to get it? It looks like it's Kihama in the lead, but Jensen could be right there. It's going to be a buzzer beater. I think it's going to be Jensen in lane 3, and yes, it is at 34 seconds. Jensen takes the win in lane 3. Jaron in 2nd at 35:03. Sorry, it's going to be a total time of 1:05:54, and just 0.3 of a second behind was Jaron. That kind of reminds me of the old Phelps Olympics, getting that relay buzzer beater, if you will. Now we're going to head to event number 14. It's the boys 100-yard freestyle. There will be all 6 lanes used. In lane 1, it'll be from Hastings, the senior, Ethan Conley. In lane 2, South St. Paul sophomore, Kennedy Pointer. In lane 3 for the Hastings Raiders, 8th grader Russell Schalk. In lane 4, 9th grader from South St. Paul, Corbin Ambrose. In lane 5, 8th grader from Hastings, Cody Stewart. And in lane 6, 7th grader from Hastings, Oscar Green. That's right, I did say 7th grader. He's the only 7th grader on the squad, and he's only able to swim in this event because he's in the state of Minnesota. If he was in Wisconsin, no bueno. You have to be a freshman or higher to compete in varsity sports. Learn that on Tuesday night after watching the Hastings Raiders girls basketball team beat Ellsworth 63-53 in a second-half comeback. But we're back to the pool here. Boys swimming. On your marks. And they're off. They dive into the pool. It's going to be in lane 3 and 4. It's a tie right now. Schalk from Hastings, Ambrose from South St. Paul. It's 100 yards, freestyle this time, so it's going to be a little faster than the butterfly. You can hear the teammates yelling real loud. Well, to the big lead. Now it's in lane 4. Cody Stewart from Hastings, the 8th grader, with the lead. This is the 100 free. Phil Jensen also holds this record in 2022 with a time of 50:58. Not sure he's in the house, seeing if his record still holds. At any rate, they are now on the 3rd lap, so getting to their 75 yards. They're going to hit the wall. The first swimmer does. That's lane 4, Corbin Ambrose from South St. Paul. Now he takes the lead. And he is on their last 25. It looks like he's going to get first. He's got about a whole length and a half. In lane 5 and 2nd, it's going to be Cody Stewart. And in 3rd and lane 3, it will be Russell Schalk. Lane 1, coming in 4th, will be Ethan Conley. And in lane 2 for South St. Paul, it'll be Kennedy Pointer, finishing off his 100-yard freestyle. So South St. Paul will take, with the time of 1:03:32 in first place, was South St. Paul's Corbin Ambrose. Not enough to overtake the boys' school record. So we'll now move on to event number 16. It'll be the 500-yard freestyle. It will be all 6 lanes being used. 5 of the lanes will be consisted of Hastings Raiders swimmers, and 1 lane, which will be in lane number 4, will be South St. Paul swimmers. In lane 1, the 9th grader, Thomas Foss. In lane 2, 10th grader, Hastings Raiders, Tristan Herbst. Lane 3, junior, Isaac Schalk. Lane 4, South St. Paul Packer, freshman, Caleb Schlemmer. Lane 5, 8th grader, Hastings Raiders, Alex Culp. And in lane 6, for the Raiders, the senior, Kendrick O'Donnell. There are 4 seniors on this Hastings Raiders squad. O'Donnell, one of the captains, along with Taylor Schmaltz and Garrett Watterson. There's 3 juniors, 1 sophomore, 3 freshmen, 7 8th graders, and 1 7th grader. A couple notes I forgot to let you guys know before this meet started. I got to talk with some of the boys from the Hastings Raiders, and they are super excited and passionate for this year, and they're looking for a good season. As in, because last year they came in second, tied for second with just 1 loss to St. Thomas Academy, and they said they're looking to go undefeated this year, try to get first place overall. It was Hill Murray, also their first year in swimming this year. And the divers, they get in the pool. We'll see who comes up with the early lead. It looks like it's going to be lane 1 who stayed under the water the longest. And that is the Raider freshman Thomas Foss. Although it'll be in lane 2 hitting the wall first, it'll be Tristan Herbst. They're going to have to do this sucker 20 times. 500-yard varsity relay, 500-yard freestyle. They have now just hit 50 yards. They're cruising. It's lane 2 is in the lead. That's Raiders Tristan Herbst with a 27-98 split, if you will. Heading down for the 75th yard. You're going to have all their spotters there. If you can see the cameras ever on it. When they get back to the other end of the pool, you'll see the spotters with a big white board and a huge black number. Lets them know what length they're on, if you will. Right now they're showing a 3 for the last 2 swimmers in lane 5 and lane 6. A lot of, like I said, it's 20 times, so real hard to count that in your head as you're swimming. You got to trust your spotters are flipping the numbers when they need to. Right now, the lead swimmer in lane number 2, it's still Tristan Herbst. He's going to see the number 5. Camera had a good angle on that. Big shout out to our camera folks doing a good work. We'll shout out to them later at the end of this meet. It's still lane 2 in the lead. That is Tristan Herbst. Lane 1, Thomas Foss. And now in 3rd place, getting close, catching up to Foss, is going to be Isaac Schalk from Hastings. South St. Paul swimmer in 4th place in lane 4. That is Caleb Schlemmer. In 5th and 6th here for the Raiders, they are neck to neck here. Lane 5 and 6, spotters doing a good job letting them know they were on their 5th length of the pool, if you will. And in 1st place now in lane 1, still Thomas Foss he's in 2nd. Tristan Herbst got ahead of me there. I didn't see him. He's heading down. He hits the end of the pool. He'll be on his 7th length of the pool, so not even halfway there yet. The record time in this pool is Mr. Jack Van Zee with a time of 4:38.57 in the 500 free. Hastings' best score is Jay Van Zee as well at 4:47. That's the pool record. So once again, though, lane 2 leading the way, Tristan Herbst. Lane 1, Thomas Foss, freshman. Herbst, the only sophomore. He's talking to his mother before the meet. She's like, yeah, he's the only sophomore. I said, yep, in 2 years he'll be the only senior. That's unless, of course, somebody, which they could, in his grade, decide to join swimming. Hey, it's never too late. See a lot of college athletes actually start sports in like 9th, 10th grade. Maybe they knew another sport and they transitioned, or they just whatever, and they make it. So, hey, it's never too late if you're listening to me out there. Hit the pool. Hastings has a great swimming environment. Herbst now on that was his 12th length of the pool. He's on 13, so they're now more than halfway there. The spotter's got a 13 in there. Hoping he's got the right number. All right, that's 13 for Tristan. Right behind him, Thomas Foss, lane 1. He's going to see the number 13. Got a Hastings swimmer walking down next to the pool, just yelling at him like he's a drill instructor over there. Remind me of my old days in the Marine Corps doing a little boot camp swimming. Of course, they couldn't be smiling, or we couldn't be. Anyways, Lane 3 just hitting the wall on the left side of the pool. That was junior Isaac Schalk. Herbst hits the wall on his 15th length. He's doing pretty good here. He's got some good rhythm going. Thomas Foss hits the wall here shortly in second. In lane 4, that's South St. Paul swimmer Caleb Schlemmer. He is neck to neck with lanes 5 and 6, but he is two lengths of the pool ahead of them. When you get these long relays, sometimes you'll see swimmers overlap each other, so it can get a little confusing on who is actually where. Like when you watch the Olympics, they have like the 1, the 2, and the 3. They'll even have the line of the Olympic record in front of the lead swimmer. It kind of helps you keep track of where they're at. Unfortunately, you're going to have to just go with trusting me and my voice. And if you can see those white boards, and you hear the bell there, so that means the lead swimmer is now on their final 2 lengths of the pool. That means they're entering the 19th length, and their spotter will have a big red square. You want to see that as a swimmer. You know you're on your final length of the pool once you hit that wall, and there it is. It'll be Tristan Herbst. He is heading on his final length of the pool here in length number 20 here in the 500 freestyle. Right now he's had a time of, can't actually tell you the full time, but he's about to hit the wall. It's going to be a pretty good time here. He ends with a 31:60 split. We'll see what his overall time is here. Second place, he comes with a time of 5:14.65. So not bad, but still doesn't beat Jack Vance. He's in second place. That was Thomas Foss coming in second. Third place swimmer looks to be in lane 3, Isaac Schalk. He's on his final length of the pool. And he is going to come in with a split 34.70. And the overall time of, I just have to let you know, that's 5:49. Sometimes the clock equipment sometimes has a little malfunction. So far tonight, knock on wood, everything's good to go. So that was a time of 5:49.35 in lane 3. Third place for Hastings. Fourth place, it'll be South St. Paul's Caleb Schlemmer. Split time of 35.25. I'll give you his overall score here in a second. Battling for 5th and 6th, though, it's 2 Hastings swimmers, an 8th grader and a senior, Alex Culp and Kendrick O'Donnell. And the overall time for the South St. Paul swimmer was 6:12.30. So it will be first, second, and third. Well, Hastings will rack up 6, 4, and 3 points there for those places. So that'll give them 13 more. South St. Paul is going to get 2 points for 4th. And Hastings will get 1 point for 5th place unless both swimmers get a DQ. They are both on their second to last lap of the pool here. They're on the 19th length of the pool, if you will. And they're seeing the big red square. They love to see the red square. So that was Mr. Alex Culp, the 8th grader, hitting the wall. And it'll be Mr. Kendrick O'Donnell here, hitting the wall here, heading on his last length of the pool. As these 2 swimmers gonna finish it off here for event 16, the boys 500 yard. And that was Culp hitting it. Good job, Mr. Culp. And it's Mr. Kendrick O'Donnell. He's going to hit the pool there. Good job, Mr. O'Donnell. All swimmers finished the 500-yard freestyle. Well done. Once again, Raiders, though, take first, second, and third in that event. South St. Paul in 4th. We'll give you a summary of the total scores as soon as they get posted on the board. Hastings had the lead going into this event. They should still have the lead. They will still have the lead. It's another time to let you know about HCTV Sports, who they are supported by. And it's going to be Farmers Insurance, the Katie Lindbergh agency. Katie Lindbergh, Hastings, Downtown Farmers Insurance. If you don't know insurance, you need to know her. Thank you very much, Katie, for your support to HCTV. And that means we will head to event 18. It'll be the boys 200-yard freestyle relay. There will be 4 lanes of swimmers. Lane 1 will be from Hastings. Lane 3, Hastings. Lane 4, South St. Paul. And lane 5, Hastings. In lane 1, who just finished winning that 500-yard free, no break, It'll be sophomore Tristan Herbst. That's all right. They're young. They got a lot of energy, right? In lane 3, it'll be Thomas Foss, who was battling with him and came in second in the last event. Lane 5, it's Taylor Schmaltz. Lane 4, Andrew Ritter from South St. Paul. And the swimmers are off. They're all pretty even here. It looks like it's lane 3. That's Thomas Foss is in the lead, and he pushes off the wall pretty good. Once again, in this relay, it'll go. That was the freestyle. Looks like it's all freestyle, hence it's the 200-yard freestyle. So each swimmer does 50 yards. So second swimmer's in the pool. It's going to be Isaac Schalk in lane 1, right there with James Jensen, also from Hastings in lane 3. Lane 4, it's Corbin Ambrose. In lane 5, it's Garrett Watterson, not too far behind his Hastings teammates. So right now, Hastings first, second, third, South St. Paul fourth. Entering the pool, the third set of swimmers. Lane 1, that's Sammy Green. The 9th grader, lane 3, Jaron Kihima. And lane 4, now taking over third place, is Noah Offling, the senior for South St. Paul. And in lane 5, it's Russell Schalk. As the swimmers come down to the wall, the third swimmers, it's going to be lane 1 is going to hit first. So the finer swimmers are in the pool. Lane 4, it's Alex Culp, the 8th graders, in the lead for Hastings in lane 1. Lane 3, just behind him is Oscar Green, about a length behind. But catching them real quick in lane 4 is South St. Paul swimmer Caleb Schlemmer. South St. Paul, they push off the wall. They got a big lead. They have now overtaken Hastings. They've gone all the way from last to first. On the last swimmer bringing up, it's Schlemmer pulling away. It's going to be South St. Paul taking first. It's going to be a close race for second. It looks like it's lane 3. Oscar Green hits the wall in second place. And then in third, it's Alex Culp. And then bringing up in the lane 5 for fourth place, it's Cody Stewart. Well done, South St. Paul, on the comeback there. So South St. Paul is going to take the first place points. The overall time was 1:46.41. Did that? No. The record was 1:25.53, held by Eastridge. Eastridge had a 1:29.60. 1:25.53 is held by Hastings. So we will go to event number 20, and I told you I would tell you the total score. I did not tell you. I'm going to have to wait till it comes up again and try to tell you this time before event number 20. It is the boys 100-yard backstroke. There will be only one heat. Sometimes with a lot of other swimmers, you might have a couple heats, so we'll just have one heat here. Just some times from that previous event. At second place, at a score of 149.14, that was the second team from Hastings, and a score of time of 150.16 was the other Hastings team in lane 1. Our other sponsors for HCTV Sports is Balanced Wealth Management. Balanced Wealth Management, retirement planning expertise. Thank you, Balanced Wealth Management, for supporting HCTV Sports. Once again, we're going to head in event number 20, the boys 100-yard backstroke. Lane 1 from Hastings, 8th grader Ben Schwenke. Lane 2, South St. Paul sophomore Kennedy Pointer. Lane 3, 8th grader Hastings Raider Jack McAlpin. Lane 4, freshman South St. Paul Caleb Schlemmer. Lane 5, junior Oliver Gergen from the Hastings Raiders. And lane 6, also Hastings Raiders junior Charlie Jensen. Boys are going to get a little break after that relay, but looks like they're all about ready to hop into this pool, since they're going to start in the pool. Since we're doing the backstroke, no diving board action here on this event. There is only 2 more events after this, folks, so just hang in there. Got a quick night tonight for most of you, with only 6 swimmers from South St. Paul, not many divers. Later on, I'll let you know about some upcoming Hastings HCTV events. I could probably just tell you now, since we're in a little break. On the 21st, it'll be boys hockey against Anoka. And then on the 23rd, it'll be girls hockey against Park. A couple nights before Christmas, a little rivalry battle there. That'll be at the United Heroes League at Shells Arena. It'll be an outdoor event. It was scheduled to be inside. They changed it early on in the season. So come on out for some real hockey outdoors. Dress warm, bring the hot chocolate, bring the kiddos, bring the glove warmers, bring the choppers. You know it. Come on out there, support. It's a good military supporting arena, so a good deed they're doing out there. The arena is new. It's just built, just opened, I believe, this year. So come on out for some outdoor excitement as the Hastings girls hockey takes on Park December 23rd. It'll be at 1 p.m. So we're taking a little time here. I'm not sure. I think they're just trying to get some scores corrected over there at the scoreboard. Right now I have a total score of 81 for Hastings, 42 for South St. Paul. So I mentioned earlier real quickly, some of the boys from Hastings, they were really excited to get some more teams in the Metro East swimming. Apparently Hill Mary boys did not have a team until this year. The boys gave me a little tidbit. The Hill Mary girls, I guess, gave them a little grief, so the boys finally got themselves a team for Hill Mary. So it'll be another meet that Hastings gets to swim against another team. They're excited about that. So congrats to Hill Mary getting in the mix of boys swimming here in the Metro East. Once again, this is the first meet of the year, not counting the conference relays. So as it looks right now, mathematically, I believe Hastings should have this one in the books. It's not over yet, but mathematically, I believe they have won this event. But all the swimmers still want to do as best as they can and try a new event. As some of the boys told me earlier, I told you, they're doing some different. Oh, here's our banner. Good shot of our banners for the Metro East. There's the North Polar. Some of you knew them as North St. Paul back in the day. And, of course, you got the Simley Spartans. Surprise, surprise, old Hastings Raiders. A little pause on that one. Good one. Whoever's running that might have been Seth Essler. I'm not sure. And we got South St. Paul Packers, who were playing tonight. Then, of course, you got your St. Thomas Cadets, your Tartan Titans, and the Two Rivers Warriors. They had a different name back in the day. I'm not going to say it, but a lot of changes here over in the last, 10, 15 years. Name changes, conference changes, moving some schools around. As different people decide to move to different areas, of course, that means more people, more kids. That means they got to kind of switch from 3A, 5A, 4A, 2A, whatever, to keep all the competition fair throughout the state of Minnesota, and we appreciate that. A lot of schools, a lot of kids. Try to want to keep it equal, some parity. All right, it looks like we're about to continue on here in event number 20. Like I said, it's boys 100-yard backstroke. Heat 1 of 1 finals. 4 Hastings swimmers, 2 South St. Paul swimmers. It is the boys 100-yard backstroke. The current boys school record is Phil Selesky in 2007 with a time of 49:43. And it'll be P. Jensen with a time of 51:86 in 2022. So it's not as fast as the freestyle, folks, but it's still going to be pretty quick. They'll do 4 lengths of the pool, down and back, down and back. Split times will be just around 15 seconds. But there and back, it'll be around 20-something. So the boys are in the pool and they're off. It's lane 6 in the lead. Down here at the bottom, that's Charlie Jensen from Hastings, the junior. Right behind him, though, about a half a length, is Oliver Gergen, another junior for Hastings. Gergen gets a good push off the wall, catches a little ground there. Jensen pops up 3rd place. It's lane 4 from South St. Paul, Caleb Schlemmer, part of that comeback that South St. Paul had in the last event. 2 Hastings Raiders, 5 and 6, hit the walls about the same. They're about tied now. That's Gergen and Jensen. In 4th place, about to hit the wall on that end for Hastings is going to be Jack McAlpin, the 8th grader. And in 1st place, Ben Schwenke. And now hitting the wall here for the last time is going to be Hastings Raiders' Oliver Gergen. So down the stretch they come. Gergen's got about a half a length lead. He's pulling away from Charlie Jensen. It's going to be junior against junior, but Gergen's going to win this battle. He's going to have a split time of 33:46. Split time for Jensen is 35:11. They'll give us the overall score here in a second. I'll let you know what it is. In third place, it's going to be South St. Paul. In lane 4, Caleb Schlemmer. The overall time for our winner tonight was Oliver Gergen at 1:05.75. Not enough to get the school or the pool record. Second place with a time of 1:07.14 was Charlie Jensen. In third place with a time of 1:27.57 is Caleb Schlemmer from South St. Paul. In fourth place in lane 3 was Jack McAlpin. Don't have a score up there, must not have worked. In fifth place, lane 1. Okay, there's that time for Jack. It's 1:05.11. Oh, times might be a little off here because, oh no, in fourth place, sorry. Yep, there's your, nope. Now their total times are popping up. It was 1:51.10 for Jack McAlpin in lane 3 in fourth place. Fifth place, it was Ben Schwanke with time of 1:52.85. And in sixth place from South St. Paul, Kennedy Pointer with a 1:55.73. Sorry, 1:52. Yeah, sorry, 1:55.73. So now we are going to get set for the event number 22. 2 events to go here, folks. It's going to be the boys' 100-yard breaststroke. It'll be 6 lanes will be used. So lane 1, 9th grader, Hastings Raiders, Sammy Green. Lane 2, sophomore, South St. Paul, Jamaris Tess. Lane 3, senior, Hastings Raiders, Taylor Schmaltz. Lane 4, South St. Paul, senior, Noah Offling. Lane 5, Hastings, senior, Ethan Conley. And in lane 6, Hastings, freshman, Kenny Andrea. So we'll get ready to go. The total team score has not popped up yet or posted on the board up there. Nice big old blue board in the corner. Hastings swimming and diving. See, the score is pretty good. I'll have to give you to them later because they're not up yet. We're getting ready here for event number 22. Boys are on the starting dock. They're on their marks and they're off. In the pool they go. Out of the water they come. Last man out of the water, lane 3 in the lead is Taylor Schmaltz from Hastings, but now taking the lead in lane 4 from South St. Paul is Noah Offling. Been saying his name a lot tonight, of course, with only 6 swimmers from South St. Paul. Doing a heck of a job they are. All of them got to swim a lot of events. South St. Paul coach, he was very excited to talk to me before this meet. Said all the boys are improving from last year. And South St. Paul Offling out to a big lead now. He's up by at least 4 positions. We had a hand raised by one of the officials. I'm not sure if that means disqualification. She might just be actually posting where the last swimmer's at. That could be what she's doing so that the other referees know. So still in the lead is South St. Paul Noah Offling. He is now on his last length of the pool. Second place and third place, they are head-to-head. Lanes 1 and lane 3, they both look at each other as they hit that wall. That was Sammy Green and Taylor Schmaltz. So we'll see who can pull it out on the last 25 here for Hastings to come in second. First place is a no-brainer with a split time of 38:58. Noah Offling. For second place, this is going to be a photo finish. The split time was 40:43 for lane 1's Sammy Green. Lane 3 split time was 41:71. But the overall time is what's going to really matter. And it will be lane 3 with a time of 1:18.19. Taylor Schmaltz overtakes teammate freshman Sammy Green with a time of 1:18.37 by 0.18 of a second. Coming in fourth place was lane 2 from South St. Paul, Jamaris Tess, with an overall time of 1:37.84. And in fifth in lane 5, overall time of 1:39.85 is senior Ethan Conley. And in sixth place from Hastings, freshman Kenny Andrea. He did get a disqualification, so now we know, folks. Apologies for those of you that knew at home, but when the referee raised her hand, that was the signal for disqualification. So an unfortunate events there for one of our swimmers. But overall score right now that's posted is 83 to Hastings, 51 South St. Paul, as we head to our last event of the night, which is the boys 400-yard freestyle relay. So the relay should go backstroke, breaststroke, fly, and then you're going to end it with the fast one, the freestyle. The overall record here in this pool is held by St. Thomas with a time of 3:18:33 set in 2016. And the boys' school record is 3:11:07, held in 2013. That consisted of Schmidt, Smith, Everson, and Underwood. So once again, HCTV bringing you boys swimming and diving. First meet of the season. Hastings is currently ahead of South St. Paul. We are on the last meet of the night. It's event number 24. Sorry, the last event of the night. Event number 24, the boys 400-yard freestyle. 4 swimmers, 3 lanes, all from Hastings. South St. Paul will not post a team here, but they're going to stay and watch. Good sportsmanship by them Packers. And the boys enter the pool. Lane 1, it's Kenrick O'Donnell, the senior. Lane 3, it's 8th grader Ben Schwenke. Lane 5, 8th grader Jack McAlpin. It's O'Donnell in the lead in lane 1 currently. He hits the wall first, just followed by Ben Schwenke and then Jack McAlpin. Good job by Kenrick O'Donnell, the senior. One of the 3 seniors for the Hastings Raiders. As I mentioned earlier, the boys told me a very young squad here for Hastings. They're excited. A lot of 8th graders. Not a problem with that. Sports like wrestling, swimming, you don't have to be the biggest, the baddest, the oldest. You just got to have a little heart, some energy, and a will to succeed. Now jumping in the pool for, it's still going to be each swimmer here is going to do 2 lengths of the pool to get their 100 yards in. So that's still Kenrick O'Donnell leading the way, first place. Good job, Kenrick. Second place, it's a close one here. Hitting the wall first is going to be Jack McAlpin, just ahead of fellow 8th grader Ben Schwenke. Once again, the boys did tell me they were going to mix up the swimmers tonight, so not sure who normally does what position. Entering the pool now in lane 1 is Isaac Schalk. Finishing with a split time of 42:42 was Kenrick O'Donnell, leg number 1. Leg number 2 for lane 1 Raiders, Isaac Schalk, the junior. They're out to a big lead here in first place, but a lot of swimming to go. You never know here. Lane 5 hits the boards on his last, it's the second swimmer in lane 5. That is Taylor Schmaltz. And in lane 3, second swimmer, Charlie Jensen. Schmaltz a senior, Jensen a junior. On his third length of the pool in lane 1, that's Isaac Schalk, the junior. So far, lane 1 has a time of 2:07. Lane 5, the second swimmer on his last length of the pool. That's Taylor Schmaltz. And the third swimmer, if you will, is into the pool for lane 1. That's Oscar Green, the 7th grader. Yes, 7th grader, you heard it right. That is the only 7th grader on this Hastings team. He hits the wall for his first spin, heading back on his 50th yards, if you will. Second place hitting the wall is Alex Culp in lane 5, and hitting the wall for Hastings in lane 3 is Cody Stewart. In third place, another 8th grader, Culp an 8th grader as well. Coming down in lane 1 with the lead, still in first. That is still Oscar Green on his last length of the pool as teammate Tristan Herbst takes the mark to dive in the pool for the last swimmer in lane 1. But in lane 5, catching up now, actually in lane 5 is Alex Culp. Lane 1 hits the board with a time of 3:27, split time 36:7. But lane 5, Alex Culp catching up. Lane 3, not too far behind Cody Stewart. So once again, into the water now is Tristan Herbst, and look at him take off. He's got some speed there, the sophomore. We saw him earlier tonight with a lot of speed. Also with some speed here in lane 5 is Thomas Foss, the 9th grader. He's probably about 8 lengths behind. Not sure he's going to have enough time to catch him. Lane 3 for Hastings Raiders, and the junior Oliver Gergen hits the wall. It's Herbst, though, going to hit the wall for the second time, and he's on his final leg, heading back in this boys 400-yard freestyle relay. Time right now is 4:15. Hitting the wall, though, in lane 5 is Thomas Foss. Tristan Herbst heading down to the wall. Lane 1 comes in first place for Hastings with a split time of 55:23 for Herbst. We'll give you the overall time in a second. Split time in lane 5 at 27:78 was Thomas Foss. Looks like overall time was 13. No, that's not the overall time. And then in lane 3, hitting the wall is Oliver Gergen, the junior. Split time of 31:64. They say that, I think they got something a little backwards. The scoreboard says second place at 4:36 in lane 1. Okay, lane 1 does need a time. So as I mentioned earlier, sometimes there's a little malfunction either with the board or the clock. Got a little one looking over here. That could be a future swimmer. I don't think the camera's going to get a shot of the little one, but so lane 5 though with a time of 4:30:42. Currently the board says they're in first place, but that should be a second place finish. Lane 3 with a time of 4:42:18. That was Gergen, Jensen, Stewart, and Schwanke. We'll see if we get that updated time here on lane 1. It'll still be Hastings taking first, second, and third in the relay, so that's 8 points, 4 points, and 2 points for a total of 14. That should give them a total of 97-61. Should be your final. We'll see if they repost the scores for the overall time for team number 1, lane 1. I'm curious. They were cooking along pretty good there. The final. So they're saying the final score is 83-61. So Hastings Raiders get their first win of the season and their first meet of the season over the South St. Paul Packers. Once again, we will have more HCTV sports coming up. But a shout out here first to the Hastings boys swimming and diving team. Great job by sophomore Tristan Herbst, seniors Ethan Conley, Kenrick O'Donnell, Taylor Schmaltz, Garrett Watterson, Oliver Gergen, Charlie Jensen, Isaac Schulk, Kenny Andrea, Thomas Foss, Sammy Green, also known as Sam, he goes by Sam, Oscar Green, the 7th grader, a lot of 8th graders, Alex Culp, James Jensen, Jaron Kihima, Jack McAlpin, Russell Shaw, Cody Stewart, Ben Schwenke. I did forget to mention the managers, Izzy Green and Eliana Herrera Carlson, and coaches is South St. Paul is Ty Kier, Jacob Truby, and Aaron Oren. Coaches for Hastings was Katie McAlpin, second year Joe Haas, in his first year Brianna Arness and Dylan Anderson. Once again, Hastings defeats South St. Paul 83-61 in their first swim meet. Our upcoming events for HCTV on the 21st, boys hockey against Anoka, and on 23rd, girls hockey against Park at the United Herald's League, Shells Arena at 1 p.m. Little credits tonight. Big thanks to producer-director Hunter Pinky, camera operators Will Celine and Seth Essler, graphics relay also Hunter Pinky, and of course myself, Peter Heyman, as I'm going to sign off tonight, folks. Have a good night from HCTV. We'll see you next time on HCTV Sports.